Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of our Dev Diary series. Today we're going to finish up talking about the base mechanics of the game and show off our unique cooking and crafting system. Jumping back into the world here, you can see that we're back at our sanctuary. Last episode we built all these buildings and now we're going to show you how to use them. As of this build, there are only 2 crafting stations. There is the cooking grill and the smithy. In this game we developed a unique crafting system. How it works is you use 3 interchangeable items to create what you want. We're going to be starting with the cooking station. As you can see, this is 3 pieces represented by this burger. First there's the base. This will decide what item you're making. Then you have the main food and the filler. Let's start easy and make a soup. So to make a soup, you place any liquid here. I'm going to do this with the juice box. Everyone knows boiled grape juice is delicious. Now I place my main food item here. I'm going to use a chicken leg. And yes, I found that in the dumpster. Now it's time to pick a filler. I think I'm going to use this banana peel here. Now after you place your item, you hit the spatula and see what you created. Ooh, look at that, we also got an achievement. Enjoy the gourmet dish that you've created. Now all that's left to do is to pick it up and select it in your menu. Yum, grape juice chicken banana peel soup, just like Grandma used to make. Now that we have indulged ourselves with the flavor of the dumpster, let's make some weapons. This is the same concept as the cooking system. As you can see, there are 3 slots. The only difference is that the 3rd slot is optional. The first slot is for the handle. The second slot here is where you place the blade, and the 3rd slot is where you put the add-on. Much like the cooking, the first slot does decide what weapon you're making. We're going to be using duct tape as a handle. We're making a one-hand weapon right now. Now for the blade, this glass shard we dug out of the dumpster. Because our crafting level is level 1, we don't have the ability to use add-ons yet. So when you're all done, you just hit this hammer here and look at that. That's the nicest shiv I've ever made, and you get an achievement to boot. Now you just go into your menu and select the master crafted blade. All jokes aside, this is the lowest tier of the crafting spectrum. Humble beginnings. All hobo smiths start somewhere. By making that weapon, we've leveled up crafting. Head over to your skills and select the crafting tab. Here you can decide what route you want to take and what weapons you want to make. For example, I unlocked the wooden handle. Now I can make a stronger weapon. This bad boy needs some length. I'm going to use this wood plank. Place that down and smash that hammer just like you smash the like button. Also make sure to subscribe, we've got plenty more updates on the way. Back to the crafting journey. As you can see, new blade and new level up. As you can see, made a nice little paddle. It's not just used for cricket, it's also used for slaying your foes. Enough pandering to cricket fans, let's get back to crafting. Much like cooking, what you put in the first slot decides what you're making. Heading down this side of the crafting tree will allow you to unlock 2-handed weapons. Now just place the wood handle in the first slot, and a knife blade in the second slot, and presto, you just made a spear. Using the same handle, you can also make hammers and big axes. Ah, the pokey stick, one of the oldest weapons known to man. This bad boy is a classic and works like a charm. Just make sure you jab him with the sharp bit and you're good to go. Easy as pie. Now that we've worked our way down the tree, we've now unlocked add-ons. Let's make another spear. This time we're going to spice it up a bit. Obviously, all's missing is nails. It's all about the AP, baby. Look at that, new achievement. Nothing like sticking sharp things and more sharp things. Now, same old song and dance. Equip that bad boy and let's check her out. As of this build, there's only 2 weapon add-ons. Nails and barbed wire. Nails are armor piercing and barbed wire causes bleed damage. Now you guys get how this bad boy works. Let's quickly make a new soup and hit the road. This time we're using a banana as the base and an old chicken bone as the filler. As you can see, every weapon and food has its own unique mesh. With full bellies and new weapons, we enter the world. Around the world and hidden in back alleys, you'll find these hobo vendors. In future, this is where you get your armor, unique weapons, and items. In this early build, it's still in development, but yeah, right now you can spend 6 cents on a cardboard box. What a steal. Looks like cardboard sells high on the black market here. As you remember, in the last episode we built a bunch of tents. For every 1 tent you build, you can recruit 1 more vagabond. This is how you grow your gang to become super powerful to take over all the streets. As you can see, you press F to interact, and if you have a bed, she'll join you. Right now you can have 2 followers follow you around the world. If both your follower slots are filled, they'll just return to your sanctuary. You want to give life some stakes in this game. When your characters die, they're dead forever. But as you can see, you can swap between your gang members. So if your main guy dies, you'll be moved to the body of one of your followers. You can play as anyone that joins your sanctuary. Also, all stats, weapon, and armor are unique to that character. The more they follow you, the stronger they'll get. This allows freedom of full customization. You can give them any weapons and armor you want. As you can see, this disenfranchised gal's name is Gertrude Walker. But surviving alone is pretty hard, so she's low-leveled and unarmed. At least she has some armor, so it's probably a smart idea to share what you got. In the hobo world, sharing is caring. And the best way to show them you care is by arming them to the teeth. Safety first, you're going to want to protect that head of hers. Let's share some top tier armor and give her this helmet. We also don't want a new gang member getting cold feet, so let's give her some shoes. Now we're gonna need her to do some damage, so let's toss her one of those awesome spears we made. Now just switch characters, pick it up and toss it on. The menus all work the exact same as the other character. Throw on your equipment, do a little save, and let's have a model shoot. Oh yeah, now we're ready to do some damage. I'm gonna have to ask for forgiveness for the clunky models and the ugly colors. All characters in armor are still in development, and that's just a blockout. Now that you got a sweet gang, you're probably wondering, what is there to do in this game? To guide you on what to do, you have your achievement list. This will show you all the achievements in the game and the progress you have on each one. And if you look at that, we're so close to getting our first $1. 30 cents in, almost there. It'll also show you all the achievements you completed. As you can see, we got that one earlier for crafting a weapon with an add-on. We also got this one from cooking and this one from building a building. There's also a bunch of mystery achievements that you find for venturing around the world. As you can see down here, there's a bunch of achievements for the Halloween update. These seasonal achievements are great for us, so we can see all the early players of the game so we can reward them later on for sticking with us this whole time. Alright, now we got some quests, let's get to it. Before we start gang warfare, we're gonna have to fill up our bellies and satisfy our thirst. Keeping your thirst up will negate all the damage penalties you get. If you're dying of thirst, then you take a lot of damage. It's a similar idea with the food. As you can see beside the hunger, there's the 34. When you're hungry, you do 34% less damage. Also, hunger greatly cripples your stamina bar, so just make sure you're not starving before a fight. There's not just negative effects. By keeping both of them full, you get a health regen. All the items in this game have a unique brand. As you can see, the chips are called air in a bag. Much like in real life, it's just a bunch of air in a bag. Now a bunch of these punks are moving on my turf. So I soften them up with a bunch of bottles and then we head into battle. My gang member is pretty urgent to rush into battle. With all of our new equipment, this should be a breeze. If you remember in the first episode, we had a lot of troubles taking on one guy. But now that there's two of us not just using our fists, I think that we stand a chance. For showing this enemy gang who's boss, you get an achievement. Now all you gotta do is finish off this last guy. And of course, a citizen with a Halloween mask gets in the way. As you can see, attacking just normal people will make them run away in fear. Now the spoils of war are yours. These carts are full of good items and legendary weapons. In our adventure, we come across a lonely hobo. But because we don't have enough beds, he won't join us. In the future, they're all gonna have little mini quests you gotta do to get them to join your sanctuary. But in this version, you just gotta build them a bed. Easy peasy. We're gonna have to build some more buildings and come back, see if he'll join us, but until then, he's all alone. On the way back, don't forget to dig up some trash and see what you get. Ah, home sweet home. Now that we're back at the sanctuary, let's get building. To get the resources we need, we're gonna have to scrap some more junk. And look at that, another achievement. We're rolling in these bad boys. To scrap things, you hold shift and click on it. There's also a scrap all button on the top right. In future, it won't scrap crafting items, but right now it does, so I'm just not gonna use that right now. Just a few more junk and we're ready to go. Now I got some wood I can show you guys how to cook with shish kebabs. As you can see, now it's going to be on a stick. Toss down a nana and an apple core, and you're ready to go. This creates a completely new food item. Nothing like cook stuff on a stick. I really gotta add some dirt to that dumpster fruit. Looks too clean. Now select the building tab and click a few tents. Make a bunch of them. You're going for the Los Angeles look. I like to put them on my hot bar. This lets me place them quicker. So now just run around your sanctuary and put them where you want them. I think it'll look nice right beside our flag. Once again, in the future, all flags are going to be customizable. I like to put them right next to each other, give it kind of like a sleeping area feel. Who doesn't love affordable housing? What's more affordable than a box? Now, about that medical tent. So when I said this game is permadeath, I was half telling the truth. How it works, if you have a medical tent and your character dies, he'll come back and spawn in that tent. But he's there for a while, and if that tent's filled and someone else dies, they're dead. Our depression bar is pretty full, and the only way to fix that is to crack open a couple cold ones with the boys. Don't forget to pick up after yourself, bottles are worth money. So I bet you're wondering, what's the point in doing an achievement? Well, completing certain achievements give you unique rewards that you can't get anywhere else. We call these signy quests. Playing this tutorial, you'll understand why they're called that. As you can see, we haven't completed the right achievement to get this reward yet. To get that one, you have to max out your scavenging skill. But we can get this one because we crafted a weapon with an add-on. Now press F on it to see what you get. Dear God, what is that? There's a whole number of unique fun weapons in this game, and by far my favorite is the legendary Chub Club. As you can see, we have a small version too called the Dildo Dagger. When I originally made these, I named them the Artist Sword and the Coder Dagger. The coder didn't find it as funny as I did, so I renamed it the Chub Club. In the future, it's going to make people run away in fear. Now to the rest of the signs. This is the hardest achievement to do in the game, but the reward is well worth it. To get it, you have to craft every version of every weapon, and there's like 68 of them. Finishing this quest, you get a really powerful weapon that can cut down your foes. The best way to get this is by doing a rocky training montage. Across from your sanctuary in the woods, you'll find the final quest. You have to complete 17 achievements to start this quest. Starting this quest will set you on a world-changing journey, and will bring you full circle with the tutorial mushroom trip. By doing this, you'll discover the mystery behind these mushrooms. But sadly, as of this update, it's not fully completed, but you can still do most of it and get a really cool unique item. Try it out. Now let's check out the settings. This game has all the settings and accoutrements that one could want with a PC game. Okay, so we built a tent city. Now let's get some guys to join it. With the proper building at your base, just interact with them with F and they'll join your party. Right now you can only have 2 guys following you, and anyone else you get to join you will go straight back to your sanctuary. There she goes! They head back and make themselves at home, and they'll be waiting there when you need them. Now you got a new guy, you gotta arm him up, and now you can start taking back your city. A good place to start is with these panhandling locations. Quick jab with the Chub Club and the battle begins. Now that I got a full gang, just fighting one guy is pretty easy. They usually do all the hard work. But being the ringleader, you probably want to show your strength and get in the final blow. Don't forget to loot them, they always got good stuff on them. Now that we got some money, we could head over to the Traders Guild. This is a neutral homeless faction. Think of it as a flea market for the disenfranchised. It's located far left on the map. Every other block on this map randomizes, but this one. That's just for now in the demo. In the demo, there's about 2 or 3 blocks that don't randomize, but the rest of the whole map does. Try to ignore these 2 shops now. We'll be covering them in the next video. That's for the Halloween update. But as you can see, this place is full of unique shops. This is the only place that you can buy the bottle cannon. And in this game, $5 is pretty expensive. So this can take a while to get, but it's a really cool item. Jumping over this little bridge, you can check out the other side of the shop. This is where you can buy pop can grenades. In the future, you will be able to craft them, but right now you can only buy them here. And for our last hobo gadget, we have the spring shoes. And by spring shoes, I don't mean fall fashion. These shoes will allow you to jump extremely high and traverse the rooftops. But the nature in being homeless and all, we're kind of broke and can't afford them yet. Gotta do more recycling and panhandling. Now let's see what these can bombs can do. This faction is friendly to you till you attack them. And all you do with the bomb is you aim it and check it. And they go flying. You can't get away that easy. Down below is the enemy hobo faction. These can bombs mess them up too. This bad boy turns your game into a Quentin Tarantino movie. Now these 2 factions do not like each other, so if they get too close they will attack one another. Even though the yellow guy wants to fight you, he wants to fight her just as much. This just turned into a 3-way. He finishes her, leaving him open for you to finish him. You gotta jab him really hard with your rod to finish him. To finish him, you must show that you're the superior faction. If you remember in the first video, I showed you this massive sanctuary that the enemy holds. We got pretty strong. I think it's about time we try to take it. To get your spear hot and glowing, you stand beside a fire pit for a while and it heat up your weapon. It's a really cool fire side effect. But it doesn't last forever. Now remember, you're going to want to eat before going into battle, else you won't do any damage at all. So let's fill up and then go to war. Nothing like canned beans before battle. A smart strategy would be taking out these guys a group at a time. But I'm just going to run in there and swing and see what happens. I got all new weapons and armor. My gang has to be powerful enough to take these guys out now. The only problem is they outnumber us 5-1 and one of my guys is already down. I ain't no chump. I'm going down fighting. I'm going to see how many of these guys can take out before I die. Remember what I said earlier, just hit them with a sharp bit. And they go flying. As you can see, weapons and armor make a big difference. I can actually take on a couple of them this time. But alas, I don't think I'm strong enough, and I get taken out. Kinda sucks, that's my main character. Losing him, I lose all my stats and levels that I've gotten. Once you die, you play as the other character in your game. Now let's see if I can finish this battle. The only problem is that she has very low levels and I haven't put anything in her attack yet, so she's a lot weaker than my original character. As you can see, I'm now playing as Gertrude Walker and she has nothing. I really should have worked hard to level her up and kinda got myself in this situation. But a true warrior fights to the bitter end. Gertrude might not be the hero we need, but she's the hero we deserve. Let's see how much damage we can do to these guys. This enemy gang pretty much has a small army. Taking this sanctuary is no joke. You're going to need to build a huge gang of your own to even stand a chance. Fighting all these guys at once, you easily get surrounded. Might be smart to know when you're beat. As Sun Tzu once said, sometimes you gotta just hightail your ass out of there. At a time like this, it'll be good to have some bottles to throw at them, but once again, I'm empty. We're pretty much surrounded. There's no escape at this point. The only thing left we can do is die a hero's death. And now our gang is pretty much wiped out. We only have one person left. Earlier in the video, we told that girl to return to our base, and now we're playing as her. Thankfully, we made this medical tent. So our main character is safe from the jaws of death for now, but he's going to be in there for a while. And now what we're left to do is lick our wounds and rebuild. But until then, I'd like to thank everyone for watching this video. And stay tuned, the next video we're going to be showing off the Halloween update and getting our revenge on that evil hobo gang. Please like and share this video and tell your friends about us. Right now we're a company of 2. Our goal is to hire on new people and expand our game development studio. Until then, we're constantly working on this game and adding new updates almost weekly. So join our Discord and follow us as we grow. If you want to support us more, please join our Patreon. All of our Patreons get a bunch of special stuff. You'll get your name randomized into the hobos in the game, and also you can design graffiti to spawn all of the walls, and much more. So check out our page. Also, don't forget to follow us on social media. With all that good stuff out of the way, see you guys next time, and we'll dive into the Halloween update and see all the spooky new items we added to the game. We'll show you trick-or-treating and spending your candy on some really cool unique Halloween items. Until then, have a good one and see you guys all in the next video.